Hello, this is the second in my ARTY Chats series where I delve into my past back catalogue of artwork, and this time, because I'm away from home at the minute at my brother's house, he has a set of my artwork that was inspired by other cultures, worldwide cultures, and I decided to talk about one of those just briefly. So we have here 3 canvases. This one is called the Gold Eaters, which is what I'm going to focus on, but we also have these other 2 here mixed together: African cultures, Buddhist cultures, Egyptian, American, and also Asian cultures. And I'm lucky enough to actually been to Egypt and been to Peru, and they're some of the cultures that I brought home in photograph and in samples of fabric and so on, and I was very much affected by going abroad. I feel very grateful and lucky that I managed to do it, and so I made these sort of canvases. I've done several of these as an absolute mishmash of ideas and cultures, lots of ingredients in them, coming out with something different by the end of it by mixing everything together. That's why there's no particular, there's not one country reference, and there's some historical, there's some stuff I've made up, but there's also some historical carvings here. This on this man's waistcoat, that comes from inside the Great Pyramid of Khufu. So I used history books as well, and this comes from the British Museum, which I've twisted this statue and so on. And this, because I was so affected by the beautiful African fabrics, decided to again mix it all together. But I found it very satisfying to not have one particular narrative structure with these. It's very satisfying just in terms of colour and celebration, really, of different exuberant cultures, all as one together, not one above the other. Now this one in particular, we went to Peru, and this is called the Gold Eaters, and this does have a narrative to it, and it does stick to one theme, this one. These are the stones here that we witnessed at Cuzco, and lots of ancient ruins in Peru, absolutely slotted together with you couldn't get a credit card between them, which is an absolute miracle of engineering. And they're hundreds and hundreds of years old. The Incan culture is pre-1500, when the Spanish invaded. Now, these were taken, these children they're from photographs I took, and they are in native costume. They're from different parts of, I put them all together, they're from different parts of Peru, and the children had come into the city of Cuzco for like a school trip, and they were dressed so amazingly that I have used all their fabrics and faces here, and they are a symbol of innocence. Now behind them there is a Peruvian symbol here. These 2 bulls you see them on top of a lot of houses. They're a symbol of fertility and good luck, so you see those in a lot of native houses, way out in the Altiplano and also in the city as well. So this is an ancient symbol, and these are taken from the museum, these wooden figures here, and these designs are also taken from Incan fabrics. So it's all indigenous artwork and historical references. But what I thought, because when the Spanish invaded the conquistadors, they were seen as gods by the people of Peru, and they basically took all their gold. The gold meant nothing to the Peruvian people. They took their gold, they melted it down, they built Catholic churches, and they had so much gold taken, they took so much and were given so much by the Peruvians, that the Peruvians called them the Gold Eaters. I should say the Incan people called them the Gold Eaters, because they thought that's what they did. The Spanish ate gold. So I wondered how the people would have seen these invaders with their own eyes. How would they have portrayed them in their fabrics? This is what they would have looked like. Sort of machine-like whirling faces with enormous multicoloured teeth, and they holding their spears, their weapons here, with fists with spikes on. They were a violent invasion force. So without getting too deeply into it, that is a strange, dreamlike picture of whirling, nightmarish, colourful invaders, innocent children peering over the ancient walls of Cuzco. These children from the Urubamba Valley, this from Cuzco, these from Spain. So there we are, that's one of my cultural pictures from my archive. Thank you for listening.